Hello everyone, my name is Parle Patel. First of all, everyone get up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Have a little bit of a stretch. You're with a dancer and creative. I want you to stretch your wrists, shake your feet a little bit. Very nice, very nice. Get the blood flowing. Great, you can sit back down. Thank you so much to LOSD for having me here. My name is Parle Patel. I'm a content creator, actor, comedian, producer, performer, and presenter. And I'm so thrilled to be here with all of you. I make videos on social media, and through these videos, I get some fantastic opportunities to do things like this, give talks in real life. And I think one of the most exciting things for me is to come into a room and know some people have already seen my content. Can I have a show of hands if you've already seen some of my content? We've got one person over here. But what I am seeing is a lot of you are on your phones, and that is actually how my journey started in the world of content creation. Now, a lot of people are still learning about the world of digital media, social media, content creation, but my journey started about 12 years ago, and it did not start with me making videos on YouTube. It started with me graduating from university and noticing something. I was noticing that more and more people were beginning to express themselves on the internet via YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and things as primitive as MySpace as well. As I was doing this, something began to dawn in me. All these people on the internet are telling their stories, and whilst I was connecting with some fantastic comedians and individuals, it dawned on me that why is no one telling a story like mine? Little did I know that my story was so unique to me, and at that time I felt, you know what? I should be telling a little bit more about myself on the internet as well. But, of course, I come from a Gujarati household, an Indian household, where doing those sort of things, as we call them, was not the right thing to do. The right thing to do was to go to university, get an education, and chase something a little bit more academic. So, you can imagine that there was this creator in me, a storyteller in me, someone who wanted to express themselves, whether it was through comedy, whether it was through dance, whether it was through writing songs. But I had these two Gujarati parents who loved me very much and wanted me to pick something much more safer and secure. How would I convince them? I would tell them I'm going to do an engineering degree at Brunel University. I applied to Brunel University and I got myself onto what looked like an engineering degree on paper, but really it was a broadcast engineering degree that I managed to get myself onto. And it wasn't until my graduation day when my parents came to my university and saw me throw my hat up in the air that they realized that, oh goodness, he's tricked us all, okay? It's all in the branding. So yes, technically I am an engineer of some sort, but mainly I have become an engineer of comedy and content on the internet. So put your hands up if you use social media. All of us are using social media these days, and so many of us, every now and then, might have an inclination that I too want to make videos on the internet. Has anyone thought that in the room? Has anyone just woken up and gone, you know what, if I just start making videos, maybe I'll build an audience, maybe my favorite hair care brand will sponsor me and my life will be sorted. Anyone thought that? That's a wonderful thought to have. But now it is a very normal thought to have, and when I started off, it was a very, very strange thought. In fact, if you've seen my videos, you probably met my mother before you have met me. Mrs. Kokila Ben Patel works part-time in a supermarket, loves sewing, and is a member of her local temple. Okay, this is the profile of my mother. And when I told my mother, well, I didn't even tell my mother. When my mother found out that I make videos on the internet, her instant reaction was, oh my God, you are making videos on the internet. I went to Tesco and everybody is saying they are watching you online. Do you know what type of people make videos on the internet? Have you seen the type of people? They getting criminal record. You will not get a real job after you are making videos on the internet. To vichar, think about these things. So I said to my Mom, you have heard about my videos, but have you seen any of my videos? To which she said, no, I haven't. I've not seen any of your videos. And after watching my first video, she was halfway there. She was on that bridge to understanding what the world of content creation is, what social media is, and how much it can tell someone's story and transform their lives. But this, of course, was not enough. How is this going to be a career? How am I going to sustain this? How am I going to pay the bills? Am I going to get married, or am I just going to dress up as multiple people on the internet and keep telling these internet and interesting stories? She, of course, did wait, very patient. She's an Aquarius. She soon saw that these videos where I was getting excited from getting maybe 5,000 views, 10,000 views, were beginning to get bigger and bigger. And by video number 5, ladies and gents, I hit 1 million views overnight, and I was in the UK, not Indian, not Gujarati, but the UK top 5 viral videos chart. Thank you. This video also got featured in the global top 25 YouTube chart, which to me was the craziest thing. 24-year-old Parle sitting in his bedroom making videos on such an ordinary camcorder, no microphone, no script, just hit record, and then suddenly, finally, the thing that my parents wanted to click happened. The Indian entrepreneur in me finally went ding, 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 ding. 1 million people are watching you on the internet. There has to be something in this. There has to be something in your story. Now, I mentioned the word Gujarati a lot today. I'm sure plenty of you know a Mr. Patel who ran a corner shop, or a Mr. Patel who was an accountant. You might know a mother like mine, a Mrs. Patel, who sits behind your till in a supermarket, or a Miss Patel who is your dentist. But none of you knew our stories. You just knew us from brief interactions that were happening. So I decided that I'm going to begin telling as many stories about my people as I can. And on this journey, I began to realize that actually, by telling the stories of other people and my community, what I'm actually doing is telling my own story, which is that of a storyteller from the community. So it's been an amazing journey. 12 years of content creation. I've seen all sorts of trends come and go. I've seen content creation grow. I've seen all sorts of things happen in the content creation world. But where does that leave me now? Why do I not release videos weekly? Why am I up to so many other things, including being here with all of you present in the room? The truth is, ladies and gents, that while social media is such a beautiful thing, it is not the real world. So I come back to the beginning of my journey. I used social media as a platform to grow and begin telling stories. But I knew that real life connections happen in rooms like this. People were not after connections online between filters and videos and reels that are rushed into 90 seconds. People wanted wholesome, meaningful engagements. People wanted to be a part of a community. People wanted to feel like they belonged somewhere. Fast forward 20, not yet. Fast forward 12 years, and I'm the proud owner of one of London's biggest Garba schools that I run with my fiance. We teach 100 students Garba, which is a Gujarati folk dance, a week around London. And the beauty of this is, from creating a platform online, I've begun meeting people in real life. And it's not just a dance school. We're creating mindful spaces where we can interact with one another and get to know one another. So this is just one of the many ventures that I've launched, Garba Flow. But along with this, I was also touring and traveling the world, meeting people face to face. A lot of people were like, why don't you go down a stand-up comedian route? I said to myself, The internet has been wonderful for me to show people my comedy. And I feel like if they get to meet me in person, why not be who I am in the room like I am today? So yes, from time to time, I do stand up as well. But today I thought I'd just come as my authentic self, Parle Patel. So where does that leave us now? A lot of you are still probably thinking, is there any opportunities for me to join this crazy world of content creation? And I wanted to talk a little bit about one of the most important things and one of the biggest questions I get asked, and that is, how do I sustain a career as a creative in 2024? Hands up if you've thought about that. How do creatives who are making videos on the internet, who are giving talks like this, who are presenting radio, TV, doing theatre, how do we sustain a career? It's one of the hardest things to do, especially after the coronavirus pandemic. The creative industry has really been rattled. But there's one little tip that I would like to give all of you, and perhaps you could apply it in any career that you are working in, or any sort of sector that you're working in. And I like to call it Parle's golden triangle, okay? This golden triangle is really simple to understand. If you just imagine a triangle in your head and you give it 3 points, of course, a triangle does have 3 points, I didn't say square. And I want you to put 3 words on each point, okay? In no particular order. At the top, let's put earnings and finances, okay? How much money are you making from what you were doing? At the end of the day, we all need money to get by. You can ultimately decide how much money it is that you need to get by. If you need a fast car, you're going to need more money. If you can do with an ordinary car, you might need a little bit less. The next thing I want you to think about is fulfillment. You want a job that makes you feel happy, something that makes you feel like, yes, I want to wake up and do this job. It doesn't even feel like work when I wake up and go to work on some days. And I want you to put passion next to that corner. And the final point of my triangle is growth. All of us want to be growing. I've done certain jobs that I'm so passionate about, and I'm making so much money, but it just turns into this monotonous day in the life of Parle where I do not feel like I'm growing in new ways. So what can I do to grow? And this, my friends, is my golden triangle to find balance. If I'm earning lots of money and I'm passionate about a job, that's great. But after a while, I'm going to need something that engages growth in me. If I'm growing as well and I'm making lots of money, that's excellent. But am I being fulfilled? And sometimes, as a creative, it's not about making money. It's about telling stories. So there, you want to feel passionate and, you, of course, grow at the same time. Thank you.